Students, how are you? Hope you are all fine. I, Jayati Chaudhary, today I am going to discuss with you Science of Class 3, Chapter 1, Is It Living? So please open down page number 9. Let's start. We see many things around us. Some are living and some are non-living. When we say something is living, we mean that it can do many things on its own. It means that it is alive. On the other hand, when we say a thing is non-living, we mean that it cannot do anything on its own. It means that it is not alive. Plants, animals, insects and human beings are examples of living things. Bench, desk, blackboard, chair, all these are examples of non-living things. So now, today we are going to discuss first about living things and non-living things. Features of living and non-living things. What does it mean when we say that something is alive? It means that it can do things on its own. You might say, but so does a toy or a computer. In a way, you are right. But just think a little. Does a computer really walk on its own? Or does a toy or a car really move on its own? No. You need someone to switch it on or wind it up. Let us find the things which living things do and non-living things cannot. First point, living things move. Animals move from one place to another in search of food, to escape from enemies and to find a place to rest. We can see all living things move. Come to page number 10. Plants move even though their roots are fixed to the ground. They do not move from one place to another. They can move some of their parts. Second point, living things need food and water. As we all feel thirsty, we all have to drink water, we have to take food when we are going to be hungry. That means all living things need food and water. All living things need food and water to live. Food gives them energy and helps them to grow. Animals find their own food and water. They eat plants and other animals. Plants make their own food. They get water from the soil. Human beings eat plants or the meat of other animals. Most of the food they eat are all obtained from different parts of the plants. Table, chair, book, pencil, these are all going to be coming under the category of non-living things. And we all know they do not need any food or water. Come to page number 11. Third point, living things grow. Animals, plants and human beings are growing and changing all the time. You were born as a baby. You have grown as a boy or a girl. After a few years, you will become a man or a woman. Non-living things do not grow. The doll you played with when you were a baby is the same size even today. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are two gases. A gas is something you cannot see. Air is made of different gases. Coming to fourth point, living things breathe. We all know, all living things take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. But the opposite is going to be done by the plants. Plants take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. Plants breathe from tiny holes in their leaves. The holes are so small that you cannot see with your eyes. Your doll and the other toys are non-living. They do not breathe. So you cannot put them in a box. Many animals breathe through nose, just like we all. Insects breathe through air holes in their body. For example, grasshopper. Fish breathe through their gills. Whereas there are some animals, just like earthworm or leech, they are going to breathe through their skin. Come to page number 12. Living things feel. All living things act according to how they feel. The hot sun makes a lizard feel hot and it hides in a shady place. The cold wind makes us shiver. We wear woolen clothes to feel warm. As now we all know, it is winter time, so we prefer to wear woolen clothes now. Plants feel the sunlight and grow towards it. Living things also feel pain. They try to move away from it. Like us, animals also feel happy and sad. Non-living things do not feel anything. No sadness, no happiness for the non-living things. Number 6 point, living things give birth to young ones. Animals have young ones in different ways. Some like cows and whales give birth to babies. Others like fish, birds or insects lay eggs. Each egg hatches into a young ones. Human beings give birth to babies. As cow and whales do, same like that, human beings also. Plants have seeds. Each seed has a baby plant inside it, which grows into a new plant. Sometimes a baby plant grows from the stem or the leaf of the parent plant. Non-living things do not give birth to young ones. Now we will see difference between non-living and living things. Living things can move on their own. Non-living things cannot move on their own. Living things need food and water. Non-living things do not need food and water. Living things breathe in oxygen gas and breathe out carbon dioxide, whereas they do not grow. Non-living things do not grow. Coming to the next point, living things have emotions and feelings and act accordingly, whereas non-living things do not have any emotions and feelings at all. Last point, living things give birth to young ones, whereas non-living things do not give birth to young ones. Just like there are many living things, there are also many non-living things around us also. Non-living things can be classified under two headings: natural non-living and man-made non-living. First, we have to know what is meant by natural non-living thing. Natural non-living things are found in nature, such as air, water, soil, stones or rocks. These are all naturally made. We cannot make these. That's why they are going to be called as natural non-living things. Come to next page. Man-made non-living things are made by man, such as clock, chair, table, toy, computer, book, pencil, etc. These are all going to be made by man. That's why they are going to be called as naturally man-made, these are going to be called as man-made non-living things. Why man-made non-living things? Because they are going to be made by man. Students, now we will discuss few question answers and objectives. You can see them on the screen. Students, please read the chapter very nicely and do all the question answers and objectives in your science interleaf copy. I hope you all enjoyed the class. Thank you.